Good morning. We'll start with the tennis, and I've been yapping on through the French Open, through Wimbledon. Lay those shorties 1.08 and lower because you never know what might happen. Let's have a look at the Sinnerman 1.03. Yannick Sinner lost the first two sets, retired in the third. Now, the fact we've got two sets under our belts means that you will get paid out on the lay. So very exciting. 1.03 lay there. Probably add another 2 or 3 points to that for betfair prices. Don't forget, these are the bookies' prices, so they're going to be even skinnier. Probably 1.05, 1.06. Excellent performance, Dimitrov. But that's, in a nutshell, why we do this lay. They are human beings after all. Sometimes their odds can be ridiculously short, given the opponent as well. Grigor Dimitrov is no mug, let's be honest. Elsewhere, in the tennis at least, we didn't quite get the 5 sets with Cilic. Nearly did. The final 2 sets, tiebreakers, and I expected that pattern to continue. But there was an angle in. Kaboli's 2-0 to 2-1 for Cilic. So that was an angle in because I was expecting a 5-setter. So if there's 2-0 down, he must win the next set to stay in the tournament. Fair dues to Novak Djokovic because this de Minaur is a handy player. And to be demolished like this, wow. And that was it, really. Let's have a look at the football. And it was a drab affair yesterday, only the 2 matches. Very little to get interested in. A 0-0 and a 0-1 to Brommer. Absolutely no interest at all. 2.38 the favourite. Today is the beginning of the Champions League. And it's a very difficult one. I'm not going to be doing any research on this at all. These are early season Champions League qualifiers. Let me put my neck out. None of these teams will be getting a sniff anywhere near the quarterfinals, semi-finals or finals. We've got some familiar names. KUPS from Finland found their goals again. How are they going to do against this lot here? And you can tell which country they're from. Just by hovering your mouse over it, it should tell you which country the Milsama is from. Macedonia, I would say there. So these teams are never going to meet each other ordinarily. You've got absolutely no gauge to work off. It's a ridiculous competition to research. You'll get nothing off me. I haven't got a clue. Who on earth are Iberia 1999? Is that Prince's band before he passed away? Prince's team. Malmo, we know very well, are away to Iberia 1999. Noah from Armenia, going to park the arc in front of goal against Budoknost. 600-year-old Noah having a long and profitable managerial career. Then we have Levadia Tallinn, for goodness sake. Olympio Ljubljana. Almaty. The new Saints from Wales. Lincoln Red Imps from Gibraltar. Breidablik from Iceland. You get the idea. And then in the Conference League, it's even worse. Look at this lot. St Joseph's of Gibraltar. Cliftonville from Northern Ireland. Haverfordwest from Wales. And Floriana from Malta. It's grab the family round the TV set for these matches, isn't it? So I'm afraid there's no research from me today. There are no angles. It's in-play stats led or not at all. You take your initial cue from the odds, of course. Odds on favourites at home to be prioritised, I would say. Quite a few of them. So we will see this evening. I'll start at 4 o'clock and I'll just see how the in-play stats work for the early kickoffs, whether we do actually have any angles in or not. But I can't give you 2.5 goal angles because these teams never meet each other. Could be the fact, for example, KUPS's opponent's Milsama could be a solid defensive unit. We just don't know. So very truncated live stream today. I don't know whether a podcast will be worthwhile doing as well because they have no angle in. It's just no angle in. These sides are never going to meet each other. No track record to come into. It'd be great, wouldn't it, around Europe to have some kind of a FIFA World Rankings list or a rankings list. That would be excellent for teams involved in Champions League. Who's ranked first, for example? Who's ranked 101st? That would be very well worth doing. We've got this for the next few days now. Wednesday, we've got the Champions League as well. We've got the Norwegian Cup. Lillestrøm are back. And we've got PSG against Real Madrid, which I'm not going to bother getting into with that one. And Thursday as well, the Europa League's tie-in on Thursday, and a lot of sides similar, but some familiar names. Legia Warsaw, for example, against from Poland. Häcken from Sweden, we know very well. Ilves from Finland, from the Vikhausliga. Shakhtar Donetsk, we know very well, the Ukrainian powerhouses. Better used to the Champions League. All hail to the ale, Hapoel Beersheva playing Levski Sofia. Sheriff Tiraspol, who had a good run in Europe, didn't they, last season? Put some good performances up against some really big teams. So they, early season, or early on in the Europa League, they shouldn't have any bothers at all. Cluj from Romania, we all know very well. Partizan Belgrade and Celje from Slovenia. So some familiar names. And the Europa Conference League as well. It's a coupon which goes on forever on the 10th. Any familiar names there? Well, the Magpies are playing, but that's the Gibraltar Magpies. But it really is a hodgepodge of lower tier leagues and teams. HJK from Finland are away at Runovik from Faroe Islands. That should be interesting. St. Pat's are playing Hegelman from, I think, Lithuania. St. Pat's having real trouble scoring goals. We just have to hope the Lithuanian league is a lot weaker than the Irish league. So warming up to Friday, which will be a return for the Irish Premier Division, Irish First Division, your usual staple on a Friday. And then on Saturday, we're back with Finland, Ireland, Norway. Scottish League Cup at 3 o'clock. Goodness me. Some familiar names there. Ross County, Motherwell, Dundee, Kilmarnock, Arbroath, St Mirren. Lots of SPL sides. So it's warming up nicely for Saturday. So early to see the Scottish Cup, isn't it? Goodness me, 8th of July. The new season will be with us very, very quickly. Have a great day today. Just have a quick look at the tennis before I go, given the football's not going to be getting any reaction from me with this particular podcast. Taylor Fritz against Karen Khachanov. Both players exceptional at conceding the first 2 sets and winning the next to keep them out of jail. Cameron Norrie against Alcaraz. Well, it's 1.05 Alcaraz, but as you saw with yesterday's 1.03 lay, they are just human. The Cinnamon out. Alcaraz is probably going to double down and get rid of Norrie, and he'll have a quite comfortable ride in. I could see an Alcaraz Djokovic final. Pavlyuchenkova I've liked in the ladies' game. She's not favoured today against Anisimova. 1.05 Sabalenka, you know what to do with 1.05 Sabalenka. And Alcaraz. Yannick Sinner, 1.03, losing yesterday. We had one at the start of the tournament as well at 1.06. Medvedev, was it? Daniil Medvedev, losing at 1.06. So they do topple. And the lower the odds, the bigger the return. I think 1.03, you put a £3 liability, win 100. So it's well worth pursuing. So a quiet video today. There won't be any podcast, of course. There's nothing to talk about, really, realistically. I can't be bothered to tell Gemini to research all of these because it's just going to be a pointless exercise. I'm going to get absolutely nothing out of it. This is an in-play stats-led coupon today. It simply has to be. By all means, take note of your odds on favourites, and it's pretty much throughout the coupon odds on favourites. So you've got an initial cue from the market who they fancy. Then look at the in-play stats and see whether the in-play stats marry with the market's choice of odds on favourite. Have a great day, and I'll see you from 4 o'clock, but unlikely I will be covering these matches this evening. We don't need to be putting our money and trusting the likes of Ignatia from Albania. No thank you. Or Dritta from Kosovo. Noah, of course, we can trust. He's got a big arc. He's a 600-year-old manager. He knows his stuff. Have a great day. See you at 4 o'clock, members of footballtradingprofits.com. And if there's any tennis, I will pass that on to you as well, because it's a nice, low number now, 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock kickoffs. Taylor Fritz, Karen Kachanov. I could see Kachanov taking a set, but he has struggled against worse players and got through. Taylor Fritz could find this really to his liking today at 1.29. And with Yannick Sinner out, Taylor Fritz is going to think, I'm in with a shout here for a Wimbledon final. Have a great day. See you later.